and hit it.
This is Jay Thomas. At the tone, leave a name and message and I'll get back to you.
It's the Guthrie Files with Jay Thomas as Jay Thomas, co-starring Cece McCece and her famous intro, Sheriff Biff Torgo and the Pima County SWAT team, the FBI and their partner TMZ, Bitcoin, Carlos, a Range Rover, a family who may or may not be involved, an aerial Bluetooth sniffer, Bob the pool boy, a pizza delivery guy, a glove, several gloves, Carlos again, just for good measure, a 25-liter Ozark Trail backpack, just $10.88 at your local Walmart, and an average guy who is probably the actual criminal. We think, anyway. And without further ado, here's Jay Thomas.
And it hasn't changed, ladies and gentlemen. Hasn't changed.
Howdy and good morning. Welcome to Jay Thomas Radio and his Oklahoma News Review, where we take a few minutes frolicking through the news here in the great state of Oklahoma. Now set back a spell and enjoy the vocal warblings of Jay Thomas. Take it away, Jay.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Johnny. Okay, we are back, and we're back with our brand new microphone, which is awesome. It's so much better. Just so much better. I'll fill you in on what happened and why we had to get a new microphone. But first, okay, here in Oklahoma, put that down. Here in Oklahoma, we have right outside Hooker, where we are stationed. We are outside Hooker, Oklahoma. We've had multiple fires, and they burnt 155,000 plus and counting acres. And this is common in Oklahoma, especially around now. For some reason, it's just we have a lot of these wildfires. And this is Kylie Thomas in Channel 5, Coco News in Oklahoma City.
I want to give you an idea of the kind of damage we're seeing here in Woodward. Over my shoulder, you can see acres and acres of that scorched land. 2,200 acres have been burned here so far in Woodward. Right now, we're standing on top of a hill along Downs Avenue, and you can just see how far that black earth goes. Now, across the street is a cemetery. Firefighters were able to stop the flames from jumping across the street and hitting that cemetery. Today, the concern for firefighters is managing the hot spots and trying to protect them from reigniting today. Reporting.
Well, this is amazing because right across the street, it's just fine. And there's only a street, just a 2-lane road, and the cemetery was safe, so, that's cool. But Kevin Stitt has declared a state of emergency. This is really big. This is one of the bigger wildfires that has been in. I got stuck in a wildfire a few years ago, but this is really big. So prayers to everybody. 4 firefighters have been injured. This is from News 6 in Tulsa.
And we are getting word, though, of 4 firefighters injured from today's wildfires. The state emergency manager says that 3 of them were together fighting the Beaver County fire when their truck rolled.
And we just learned one of them suffered a brain bleed and is on his way to OU Medical Center. Another firefighter, Chris Campbell, there was among those hurt. And his church family is asking for prayers tonight after he was badly burned. His wife says Chris has 2nd and 3rd degree burns on his arms, and he'll be headed to a burn unit here in Oklahoma City.
Well, God bless him, and Chris Campbell looks like a nice guy. He was out there fighting the fires. So let's give some prayers to Chris. And the truck crashed, and then he was burnt. So this is serious. So just listen to the local authorities. Stay out of smoke. Do not drive into smoke. I made that mistake one time. I'll never make it again. And this is serious stuff. So prayers up for Oklahoma out there in Woodward and our beloved Hooker, Oklahoma. So now, all right, let's get to the update for poor Miss Guthrie. She's oh my. She's still missing, and the the Sheriff Torgo. Hold on. I'm gonna blow it if I don't. I'm just gonna blow up if I don't stop for a second. Sheriff Torgo said this. This was yesterday. Matt Finn on Fox News, America Reports. He comes in. He's been outside Nancy Guthrie's house for 17 days. He's been there a long time. This is what he has to say. Listen to when it transitions to Sheriff Torgo.
Arizona now. Been there many days. What can you tell us, Matt?
Well, the sheriff says that his department cleared the family in the first few days. In an interview with a local news station here, he says he took the family's phones, computers, and cars. And then the sheriff officially posted, to be clear, the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and spouses, has been cleared as possible suspects in this case. The family has been nothing but cooperative and gracious and are the victims in this case. To suggest otherwise is not only wrong, it's cruel. Now, I spoke with the sheriff last Friday. At that point, he had still not ruled out the family, and the sheriff said he's actually angered by people accusing the Guthrie family.
Look, if they're guilty, we'll find that. I get mad at people who want to point the fingers at people for a hideous crime and have nothing behind that. You can't do that. That's not what this is about.
That's our update theme song for him. Look, you can't clear the family that quickly, and I don't think anybody in the family had anything to do with it, but you just can't clear them like that. If we all remember, there was another family not too long ago in the news where the father was everything, cooperated and everything, and he turned out to be the guy who killed him. Which we have an update on that too. We have our own Alec Murdaugh. And it was almost a year and a half went by before they got the evidence, and the sheriff is just aggravatingly. I'm without words. I have no words. It has driven me nuts from the very beginning of this. When I watched him the first time I watched him, I'm like, what is this guy? What? This is terrible. And then, now I remember this, I pointed out that there is technology out there that could pick up her pacemaker. I told you that. I said that 12 days ago. Now, apparently on the 3rd of February, they had the sniffer out there, and they were sniffing around. And I pointed that out. I didn't know that they, I didn't see anything on it. And I brought it up because she had a pacemaker. And I know the type of technology that we have. Back in the 80s and early 90s, I was amazed at the technology that we had. And now, I just know they have this technology. They can track you. They can, if you have a pacemaker, they can track you down and drone you. But and I was sort of making a joke that they were going to pick the NSA was going to pick it up, and then they're going to send the Delta Force to kill all the kidnappers, and then they're going to drag her through all the blood and gore and get her back safely. Okay, I was sort of making it not a joke, but what could happen. And now they're saying, well, now they're pointing it out. Now they have the sniffer out there, and they're sniffing around, and we're not getting anything. And I don't expect this. I'm not I don't watch CSI and think this is going to be. I don't think anybody does. I'm not here saying that should have been solved within 24 hours. What I'm saying is that it's been screwed up. It was completely screwed up for a week. For a week, it was handled by this jughead, and it handled by Torgo, and it hasn't been handled right since. And that's what I'm saying. And so now we're on day what? We are at day 18. Day 18 days. And I don't think anything, we've arrested a car. We've arrested some gloves. We've taken the car in to be interrogated. We've arrested a doorbell. We've done everything except arrest these guys. And the reason why is because it's been screwed up from the beginning. And it ticks me off. And it pisses me off because it's just incompetence. And yet, the sheriff, he'll retire, get his pension. Maybe he deserves it. I don't know. But we never get anybody that has any competence. And he's a Democrat. I've told you this. I told you the reason why he didn't want to cooperate with the FBI because it's Trump's FBI, and somehow he's so deranged that he thinks that the FBI is the Trump FBI. I'm telling you, that's the reason why. And then after he clears the whole family, and he said he cleared it on day 3. We cleared him like 3 days after this happened. And then last Friday, he's telling him nobody's cleared. They're not cleared. So do you see the underlying problem is the sheriff. That's the underlying problem. I'm going to go to one more clip. Hold on. Okay, this is Sheriff Torgo. Jonathan on Fox again. Jonathan Hunt just yesterday. Again, listen to what he says now. Listen to this. Here he is.
We haven't narrowed it down to anything other than we have certain pieces of evidence that we're looking at to try to find this individual, whether it be DNA, whether it be that ring camera video, whether it be evidence at a Walmart that might lead us to somebody.
I mean, Harris, it makes me think there's not even a pool of suspects.
So it could be anybody. It could be anybody from anywhere. How many people go into Walmart? Could be there. They don't have any DNA from the glove, because I told you the DNA in the kitchen is not going to match the glove DNA. And it was just a gut feeling that the reason why is the glove blew out of the truck of some workman's truck, and it has nothing to do. All these gloves have nothing to do with the kidnapping. Just so all the guy has the gloves on. I'm pretty sure he's not going to throw them out the window so he can be traced. And the point is, the thing about the DNA left in the kitchen, it could have been the owner of the roofing company that put on that brand new spanking new roof. Well, it looks really great, explaining to poor Nancy Guthrie, that the roof is on. It looks fantastic. Here's some pictures. We did a great job. Thank you for your business. And he takes off and he leaves his DNA there. And now they have some stranger's DNA. And I'm telling you, that's probably what happened. It's not this guy who went into the house. I don't believe. He's wrapped up tighter than a airport tuna sandwich. Have you ever bought a tuna sandwich at the airport? Well, then you know what I'm talking about. But he has. Look at the Ring doorbell, or the whatever it was. Look at the doorbell video. First, there's a guy out there who doesn't have the backpack on and stuff. Then he has a backpack on. He has like two. I think he has two ski masks on. He has a coat. He has something buttoned up. He has gloves on. He's not leaving any DNA anywhere. Unless it's on the outside of his jacket and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how they get that. They might be able to, but I don't think so. I think the DNA was from some contractor, whether it's the roofing contractor or the pool boy or whatever. Notice that in our introduction to this, we didn't put the roofers in there because they haven't talked to them, apparently. No one has said, that's a nice roof. When did you put it on? I know I have, Cece. How is the new microphone working? Are you picking this up? Is it better? It is? Do you get that? See, we would have somebody would be making a drink in a blender. Wonder who that would be, and you could hear it. And all sorts of things were going on that was really wild with this other mixer, and we got this new microphone, and things are actually, this has almost no gain. I think I have 1. Gain is on 1. Yeah, it's low, and it's picking up everything, so I'm really happy with it. Not happy with this thing. There's other things going on. There's a only, you know what, it's too good. It is too good. The giant poop fountain that is now Washington, D.C., they got rid of the crime. What do the Democrats have to do? They have to flood it with human feces in a big fountain of human feces in the middle of Washington, D.C., because that's how the Democrats roll. So I'm just... I have a clip on that. Hold on. Let's get that up here. Hold on. Okay, this is 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, this has been going on. Do you know about it? Listen to this. This is from WUSA 9. It's a CBS station in Washington, D.C. Listen to this. Oh, man.
Sorry if it's dinner time. We're learning last week's sewage spill along the Potomac in Montgomery County may be much worse than officials originally thought. So this happened along the Clara Barton Parkway last Tuesday. The Potomac Riverkeeper Network says the samples they took show E. coli bacteria is nearly 12,000 times above the limit for human contact. They also say almost 300 million gallons of sewage entered the Potomac. Wow. The president of PRKN is calling it one of the most disturbing things she's seen in 25 years of river keeping.
25 years of river keeping. She's never seen anything like this because the Democrats have been in charge of that area for 50, 60, 70, 100 years. And what have they done? They've taken your money, they've taken tax money, the money of the taxpayers, and what did they do with it? They made another statue to some loser. They've torn down statues from the people they used to have slaves because they were Democrats, and they don't want anybody knowing that. So what have they done? This is like, do you know why New Orleans went underwater after Katrina? It wasn't because of Katrina. It was because the local Democrats used the money for grift and their graft and buying, fountains and everything else. They did not fix the levees like they were supposed to do, but they didn't, and the levees broken. That's why it flooded. It didn't flood because of the hurricane. It flooded because of the local Democrat piece of garbage politicians didn't do their job like they never do. Like this guy, you know who it goes back to? What is that, Wes Moore? Wes Moore is the governor of Maryland. He is involved. The people that run Washington, D.C. involved. The other Maryland contractors involved. Joe Biden's involved. Anything they have to do with crap, Joe Biden's involved with it. I am telling you right now, it's going to come out that they had millions of dollars to fix this problem, and they didn't do it. And this is what every freaking Democrat politician does. And don't doubt me on this. It will show that these people have had millions of dollars to fix this problem, and this is what we get. This is the crap we get. We get the crap back. It's 300 million gallons of poop, and that was, 3 weeks ago. How much poop do you think has been spread around Washington, D.C.? They just can't have it nice. Nope, they just can't. Everything has to look like Detroit. Detroit used to be a beautiful city. Now look at it. It's because Democrats have ruined it. Democrats ruined Detroit. They've ruined Washington, D.C. They ruined L.A. They ruined San Francisco. They ruined every frickin' thing they get their hands on. And this is the crap. You know why? Because they can't do anything, useful. So they go into government and they say, well, I deserve to be rich too. So they pocket the money. I am telling you, there's graft in every level of government. And it's just, remember Doge? And do you remember what Elon Musk said? He said, this is the tip of the iceberg. He said, these billions of dollars, he thought that the graft and the grift and it was 50% of the taxes that you pay go into the pocket of their friends, their family, and themselves. And you're looking at this, what can you say? Well, oh no, we spent the money on the pipes. We put the pipes in. The pipes were wrong. Well, no. I guarantee you, just like I said that they have those sniffers that could sniff out pacemakers, and no one believed me. I guarantee you, listen to me. They have gotten the money to fix this problem 10 times over. They keep putting in for the money, and then they take that money and they stick it in their pocket, in their friend's pocket, and their stupid daughter who has a gender studies degree or a women's studies degree, and their dumb son who can't make up his mind what sex he is. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing, God damn it. And I'm sorry, CC. This is what they're doing, and they're doing it to every program, every city that's out there. Everything the Democrats touch turns to shit. Literally. Look at 3 weeks ago. And so finally, Trump's like, okay, you got to ask me nice. I hope he just turns them down and says, no, you guys did this, you're on your own. Hey, where's the Francis Scott Key Bridge? You know where it is? They are still taking hunks of it 2 years later. It's going on 2 years in March. 2 years later, they're still dragging hunks of it out of the waterway there. I forgot the name of it. It's a Potami waterway or something like that. That doesn't matter. What matters is they're still dragging stuff out. They haven't even demoed it yet. There's no demolition. It's still being demoed 2 years later. You can't. They say it's going to be built in 2026. That's what they said. Hello. It's 2026. Now they're saying, well, it's going to be 2028. All right, in a couple more years, I bet that bridge will not be built. Just like the poop fountain. Now the crap fountain that they have in the Potomac. And you should see it. It's like 6 feet wide, and it's just discharging freshly squeezed poops into the river. And it said that, oh, don't worry about it. There was this riverbed that was down the street, and it was empty. It wasn't a full riverbed because global warming, and so we directed all the poop water into that river. Yeah, that's what they did. This is what you get when you get Democrats. Democrat politicians, and I know I have to do this. I have to set up my 6 easy pieces. Democrat politicians are the worst. You know my thought about all politicians. They're the maggots that eat the crap that the maggots who eat crap out. That's how low they are. Well, the Democrats are lower. They're garbage people. Instead of having any type of, I don't know, can you be competent? There's no competence. There's just and then the media just picks up whatever they say and they run with it. It doesn't matter. ABC, NBC, maybe Fox every once in a while. There's a few people on Fox that just have had it, but mostly they just let them get away with it. You know, I mean, turn on Fox News Sunday. Yeah, Chris Coons every Sunday, lying out of his Biden hole. I'm not going to go there. He's lying out of his Biden hole, and she says nothing. She no pushback. No, say, hey, wait a minute. This is this. Here, look at this. Oh, that no. We're just going to let Chris Coons say bullshit, or the other guy from Connecticut. They're just going to spread crap, and they let him get away with it. And you guys apparently are too busy having a life to care about it. I got my own family. I'm saying, look at this, and they're like, well, what are you going to do? Well, what do you mean? What are you going to do? What kind of? It's aggravating when people. And I still got this cold. When people in your own family just throw up their hands after they listen to my podcast. They listen to it. I talk to them about it. They're like, well, you know, I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to go to sleep. And I understand that. It's just that and none of them vote Democrat, but all their friends do. Oh, he's such a nice guy. Listen, he was in there talking about the TGI, LBGTO, ampersand, plus or minus people, and he's a nice person, and he goes to this Unitarian church, and they have a female pastor. More power to her. And this is what you get. You don't care. They don't care, as long as their shitty politics is put first. That's 27 minutes. And I can't take it anymore. Then we have Sheriff Torgo sucking up. You know what? I think he's done this on purpose because he likes the limelight. Don't doubt me on that either. He likes he's used to it. He likes going on Fox and going, well, you know, well, we had the DNA matching up, and then it didn't match up, and then we've arrested 16 gloves and an SUV. We're interrogating them. We should know something soon. That's Torgo. I just that's the Torgo theme. That's why I play it. It's because his name is Nanos, and it's rhymes with Manos. And if you've never seen Manos, The Hands of Fate, you should, because this is what you get when a Democrat gets involved. When the Democrats are running things, you get Detroit, you get Memphis, you get Scatfran Shitco. I didn't swear. You get every crap. You get this. You get a crap fountain. You get Louisiana. You get NOLA, New Orleans. And what really made me sick after that was that the New Orleans, they sent all the New Orleans people over to Houston, and the Houston crime went up like 20% over the weekend. It was ridiculous. And you couldn't send them back. Where are you going to send them? So they and then all the media had the nice stories about the guy who came here from the dregs of society over there in New Orleans, and he's working hard at Walmart now. That's all they had. They had all the big suck ass. I'm sorry. Well, that's not swearing either. They have all the big suck up news stories to all the scumbags who moved into Houston. And my wife went down and helped at the at this Astrodome, and she just ran out of there screaming, pulling her hair. She was working at the Methodist, and she goes down there, and she was just flipped out. She couldn't believe it. They're just such. She was there when the guy who stole the bus pulled up with a busload of people. That's what you get. That's what you get. You get if the GOP isn't making campaign commercials with that big poop fountain. I didn't say it. I didn't swear. If they're not making anything with a big crap fountain, I don't know. Just go around to every Democrat-run city and videotape it. And there is your campaign commercial. Jesus. All right, I got to go before my heart pops out of my chest. Just, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how it got this bad. I do know how it got that bad, but I mean, I can tell you how it got this bad, and it's the Democrats. It truly is. It's an amazing thing. And the people still vote for him. We have to understand. You have to understand how bad Democrats are. And that big shit fountain, I'm sorry, Cece, the big crap fountain is the perfect definition of the Democrat-run society. Sorry, people. It's true. If they're not making a campaign commercial with a big shit fountain, then they're useless. They're more useless than the Democrats. What? All right, we'll be back a little later. And be careful out there in West Oklahoma, the Panhandle. Outside Hooker, Oklahoma, where we are. We're just outside.